Hello everyone, welcome to this is Dr. Vignesh Varmeka, Assistant Professor of Geography, Government Degree College for Women's, Begumpet. Here we shall discuss about the oceanic bottom relief. For your convenience, the chapter is divided into two parts of view. In part 1, we are going to discuss the following points. They are 1. Introduction to oceanography. 2. Definitions of oceanography. 3. Various disciplines of oceanography. 4. Hypsometric curve. And 5. The oceanic relief features. Now we will look into the introduction to oceanography. The oceans are one part of the Earth system. They mediate processes in the atmosphere by the transfer of mass, momentum, and energy through the sea surface. Oceans receive water and dissolved substances from the land, and oceans lay down sediments that eventually become rocks on land. Hence, the understanding of the oceans is important for understanding the Earth system as a system, especially for understanding important problems such as global change or global warming. At a lower level, physical geography and meteorology are merged. The ocean provides feedback leading to slow changes in the atmosphere. Definitions of oceanography. According to H.A. Marmor, oceanography, the science of the sea, includes primarily the study of the form and nature of ocean basins, the characteristics of the water in these basins, and the movement to which these water are subject to. According to J. Prodman, oceanography studies the fundamental principles of dynamic and thermodynamic in relation to the physical and biological properties of the seawater. Various disciplines of oceanography. The long history of study of ocean has led the development of various specialized disciplines, such disciplines each with its own interest and vocabulary. The more important disciplines include oceanography, geophysics, physical geography, geophysical fluid dynamics, hydrography, and earth system science. Oceanography is the study of ocean with emphasis on its character as an environment. The goal is to obtain a description, the sufficient quantitative to be used for predicting the future with some certainty. Geophysics is the study of the physics of the earth. The physical oceanography is the study of physical properties and dynamics of the ocean. The primary interest of the interaction of the ocean with the atmosphere, the oceanic heat budget, water mass formation, currents, and the coastal dynamics. Physical geography is concerned by many to be a sub-discipline of geophysics. Geophysical fluid dynamics is the study of the dynamics of fluid motion on scales influenced by the rotation of the earth. Meteorology and oceanography use geophysical fluid dynamics to calculate planetary flow fields. Hydrography is the proportion of nautical charts, including charts of ocean depths, currents, internal density, field of the ocean, and tides. Earth system science is the study of the Earth as a single system comprising many interacting subsystems, including the ocean, atmosphere, cryosphere, and biosphere, and changes in these systems due to human activity. Water on the earth in liquid form come into presence in Edion eon, that is 4,540 million years to the 4,000 million years back. Throughout the Edion eon, the temperature on earth was extremely hot and much of the earth was molten. Volcanic outgassing created the primordial atmosphere, which consisted of various gases along with water vapor. Over time, the planet Earth started to cool and resulting in the formation of a solid crust. The water vapor condensed to form rain, and rainwater gradually filled the depressions on the newly solidified crust. The water in the depressions merged to give rise to mighty oceans. During the Edion eon, the atmospheric pressure was 27 times greater than it is today, and hence, even at surface temperature of close to 200 degrees Celsius, water remained liquid in the oceans. Over the time, both temperature and atmospheric pressure dropped, and water continues to stay as liquid in the oceans. The Earth, fortunately, has an abundant supply of water on its surface. Hence, our planet Earth is called as the blue planet. The total surface area of the Earth is 510 million square kilometers. The total water surface area is 70.8%, that is 361 million square kilometers. The total land surface area is 29.2%, that is 149 million square kilometers. The table on the screen discloses you the world oceans by size. So the table reveals that the Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world, which occupies 46.6% of area of the globe, that is 168 million square kilometers, followed by the Atlantic Ocean with 23.5%, comprising 85 million square kilometers, Indian Ocean 19.5%, comprising 70 million square kilometers, Antarctic Ocean with 66.1%, comprising 21 million square kilometers, and Arctic Ocean with 4.3%, comprising 15 million square kilometers. The deepest ocean in the world is Pacific Ocean, with average depth accounting of 3,970 meters, and the shallowest ocean is Arctic Ocean, with average depth is 1205 meters. The table on the screen discloses you about the presence of water on the Earth's surface. The oceanic bottom relief or the ocean submarine relief features are mostly the resultants of various geomorphic processes such as tectonic, volcanic, erosional, depositional, and their interactions. Ocean relief regulates the movement of ocean water, the movement of ocean water in the form of ocean currents, in turn leads to several changes in both oceans and atmosphere. Submarine relief of oceans also influences navigation and fishing activities. According to the studies, the average depth of the oceans is about 3,800 meters, whereas the average height of the lithosphere is 840 meters from the mean sea level. These variation in heights and depths zones of the lithosphere and hydrosphere on the Earth planet are represented by a hypsometric curve. Now let us have a look into the hypsometric curve. A hypsometric curve, also known as a hypsographic curve, is a histogram or cumulative distribution function of the Earth's surface and some parts thereof. The variations in hypsometric curve between the landform arises due to various geomorphic processes that alter the landscape may be different. The figure on the screen discloses you about the cumulative distribution of the surface area, that is the function of the Earth's surface and hydrography. When a two-dimensional hypsometric drawn, it discloses the elevation on y-axis, that is vertical line, and area above the corresponding elevations on the x-axis, that is horizontal line. The figure on the screen discloses you about the horizontal and vertical lines. Elevation is on vertical line and area is on horizontal. The curve can also be displayed in non-dimensional form by scaling elevation and area by the maximum values. A hypsometric curve is essentially a graph that shows the proportion of landmass that exists at various altitudes by plotting relative area against relative height. In this graphic curve of the whole Earth surface, there exist two maxima of frequencies at the 100-meter and the 4,700-meter elevations, which correlate with main level of the lowland continental landmasses and the deep sea floor. This facet of the Earth's surface, disclosed by hypsometric analysis, supports the theory of Earth crust containing of sematic materials of oceanic crust and of ceolic materials of the continental crust. The histogram discloses two primary elevation groups, the continents, several hundred meters above mean sea level, and the oceanic abyssal plains, roughly 4,300 meters below the mean sea level. This geographic distribution shows that the crust of oceanic floor is basically different from the continental crust, which has been confirmed by numerous research studies. The dramatic steepening of the hypsographic curve at mountains and oceanic trenches can only be maintained by the dynamic Earth. On geologic time scales, such landscapes would rapidly erode or covered by sediments. Now, we will look into the oceanic relief features. The oceanic relief features are divided into two types. They are: one, major relief features, and two, minor relief features. Now, let us have a look into the major ocean relief features. And major ocean relief features, again, somewhat divided into four parts as the following. They are: one, the continental shelf; two, the continental slope; and three, the continental rise; and four, the deep sea plain or the abyssal plain. First, let us have a look on the continental shelf. The continental shelf is the gently sloping seaward extension of continental plate. Gradient of the continental shelf is of 1 to 3 degrees. These extended margins of all continents are associated with the shallow seas and the gulfs. The continental shelves of all oceans together consisting of 7.5% of the total area of the oceans. The shelf typically ends at a very steep slope known as a shelf break. The shelves are covered with the varying thicknesses of sediments carried down by running water and glaciers. Examples of the continental shelves. Examples of the continental shelf of the sea is Southeast Asia, that is Sunda Platform, Grand Banks, and Newfoundland, submerged region between Australia and New Guinea, etc. Formation of this continental shelf. The shelf is formed mainly due to the following process. 1. The submergence of a part of the continent. 2. Relative rise in the sea level. 3. The sedimentary deposits brought down by rivers and glaciers. There are various types of shells based on different sediments of the terrestrial origin. They are 1. The glaciated shelf, example shelf surrounding Greenland. 2. Coral reef shelf, example Queensland and Australia. 3. Shelf of a large river, example shelf around Nile Delta. 4. Shelf with dendritic valleys, example shelf at the mouth of Hudson River. And 5th, shelf along young mountain ranges, example shelves between Hawaiian Islands. Width and depth of the continental shelves. Continental shelves have an average width of 70 to 80 kilometers. And sometimes they extend 100 kilometers even. The shelves are almost absent or very narrow along a convergent boundary, that is, example, the coast of Chile. The width of the continental shelf of eastern coast of USA varies between 100 to 300 kilometers. Siberian shelf in the Arctic Ocean is the largest in the world and stretches up to the 1500 kilometers from the coast. So it is the widest shelf in the world. Continental shelves may be as shallow as 30 meters in some areas, while in some areas it is as deep as 600 meters. The importance of the continental shelves. 20% of the world production of petroleum and natural gas comes from these shelves. Continental shelves form the richest fishing grounds of the world. For example, Grand Banks around Newfoundland in North Atlantic Ocean. Marine food comes almost entirely from the continental shelves. They are sites for placer deposits and phosphorites. We will explain in the ocean resources. The second major ocean relief feature is the continental slope. The gradient of the slope region varies between 2 to 5 degrees. The continental slope connects the continental shelf and continental basin, ocean basins. The depth of the slopes region varies between 200 meters and 3000 meters. The seaward edge of the continental slope loses gradient at this depth and gives rise to continental rise. The continental slope boundary indicates the end of the continents. Canyons and trenches are observed in the continental slope region. The third major oceanic relief feature is the continental rise. The continental slope gradually loses its steepness with the depth. When the slope reaches a level of between 0.5 degrees and 1 degrees, it is referred to as the continental rise. With increasing depth, the rise becomes virtually flat and merges with the abyssal plain. Continental rise uh, joins the continental slope with the abyssal plain. The figure on the screen discloses you about the continental shelf, continental slope, and continental rise. And fourth major oceanic relief feature is the deep sea plain or abyssal plain. Deep sea plain are gently sloping areas of the ocean basins. These are the flattest and smoothest regions of the world because of heterogeneous and shallow water sediments that buries the irregular topography. Deep sea plain covers nearly 40% of the ocean floor. The depths vary between 3,000 and 6,000 meters. These deep sea plains are covered with fine grained sediments like clay and silt.